to high school called the Dropkinsworth Boys Choir School when I was 10, and that's kind of in a way where my musical journey started. Just being involved in music a lot every day, like 2 hours of choir practice every day, and at some point, I decided that I wanted to start a band, and I started kind of like a boys to men, like 4-part harmony, boy band kind of thing. And then it just kept developing into different things, and then at some point I discovered Radiohead, and then I was just like, okay, now I want to make like guitar music. And then left South Africa and went to university in Liverpool in England for 4 years, and had a bunch of bands there. Was still figuring out what I want to do. Because when I was growing up in South Africa, we were still pretty shielded from the international music community. Literally, to me, the most underground thing was Radiohead. Like, they were the most underground band ever, But then when I moved to England, it was like, oh wow, there's like My Bloody Valentine. There's like, there's like all these other bands that are also really experimental, and it just took me a long time to kind of catch up to, I suppose, the rest of the world's perception of what music is. And then, like I said, I got hired as a jingle writer in New York, and they moved Patty and I over to New York, and it was kind of an offer that I couldn't refuse, and I did that for a few years, and got to know the New York music scene, and at first it was really intimidating to me because everyone in New York is like, they like know all the hippest shit and they're just too cool for whatever, So it took me a while to kind of get my head around that and figure out, that I kind of don't really fit into that idiom, that I need to just kind of be myself and use my own influences from South Africa and wherever I've been in my life, rather than trying to be like a New York band and have like a New York sound, And then once I started figuring that out, that's St Lucia started coming out of that, and everything just felt way more natural to me in terms of the music that I was writing. St Lucia in South Africa. It's on the Caribbean, St Lucia. When I had like, 5 to 8 songs that were like, okay, this is kind of this sort of tropical vibe, I started thinking, okay, I need to come up with a name. And then one day I just took a map of South Africa out and took a pen and closed my eyes and just put it down on the map. And the 5th try was St Lucia, and it was like the moment I hit that name, it was like, wow, that's crazy. That really just, in my mind, it was like that embodies everything that I imagined St Lucia to be. And the idea of, when you say St Lucia to somebody, that vision that comes into their head of like escape, of warm weather, of like possibly like some memories that they've had if they've ever been to a tropical place or something, that was almost exactly to me what the music that I was making felt like. And it just felt like almost like a perfect mission statement in a way for the project, Not that I always necessarily want to be making tropical, like 80s music, but it was just like that time, it just felt very, very right to me. Constantly working on new material. We have a lot of time in the band, and I've just been, writing a lot of new stuff. And I'm hoping to get back into the studio properly once this tour is finished for a couple of weeks, and then you know, on and off between the touring over the next year or so, and see what happens, you know, and I'll probably produce, or hopefully produce, maybe something for another artist, and we'll keep touring, and yeah, we'll see. I don't really know.